Guys, we just walked out of this house right here behind me. It is really, really nice with some awesome herringbone flooring. We're gonna see that in a little bit. But today we are gonna see two houses. That's gonna be the second one. The first one we're gonna see is right here behind me. These are located out here in South East Fresno, guys. If you're looking for a house out here in Fresno, but with Clovis Unified Schools, it is Clovis East High School. Future high school is going to be Clovis South, guys. You've heard me correctly. Clovis South is underway. That's the school that's going to be the high school for these in the long term. You can see right here, the freeway is right behind me. That's good and bad. You get a little bit of noise from the freeway. However, it's accessible if you do commute to work. We've got a brand new shopping center with a super Target going in out here, guys. We've got an In-N-Out burger and a Sprouts grocery store just south of here. So all of that stuff's coming up. We're gonna talk about all that stuff in this video. So without further ado, let's dive in, have a look, and see which one of these houses you guys like more. All right, so before we go in, I'm gonna show you guys really quickly just kind of, you know, the exterior aesthetic. It's important to show you guys what these things look like, and I think sometimes maybe we jump in too soon maybe to the video and we don't actually show you guys enough of the outside. So this is all the solar stuff there. All right, guys, on the actual house, of course, you're not gonna have a garden in front of your garage door. This is all gonna be paved, of course. All right, but these are nice. I mean, they've got nice stonework on the outside. You get tile roofs out here. That's how they all come. Let me kind of show you the neighborhood and what this looks like across the way. There aren't a lot of lots left out here, okay? We are down to like 8 to 10 lots remaining, and that is as of today, as I'm making this video. So this video will be uploaded very soon. You're watching it now, so I guess that doesn't matter. But I'm working quickly to get this one up because I want there to be some availability by the time you guys see this. So if you like this area, Southeast Fresno, you like the idea of Clovis schools and everything, this is one to consider. So let's go in and have a look. All right, guys, let me step in here. All right, we are inside. This is a 3-bed, 3.5 bathroom home. All right, we've got lots to see in this house. I love this wide entry. Some would argue it's a waste of space. Maybe, I don't know, but it looks pretty cool, I think. This is a 2-story. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath with a loft. All right, so it does come with a standard loft. There's an option to make that a 4th bedroom. We're gonna see that stuff here in a few. All right, this is Harry Potter and his closet right there. All right, let's go in. Wow, that's actually a lot of storage, cool. This is becoming increasingly popular, guys, the storage under the stairs. These builders are learning that people don't like having no storage space. So they're finding ways to combat that with getting creative and utilizing space under the stairs for sure. So, all right, kind of cool. All right, this takes you right into the living room. It's a nice setup. These are 9-foot ceilings in this house, actually. Now, this builder is one of those where everything is not pre-spec'd, okay? You pick a lot, you pick your options, and you pay the price, okay? I'm gonna tell you the base price of this house here in just a few minutes. But when I go over that, I'm also gonna talk about the upgrades, the options, and more about how this builder does things. You know, it's not bad if you wanna customize your house. It costs a little bit more money than maybe some of the other options out there at a similar price point. However, you can get a really nice house the way you want it, unlike everyone else's house. So, pros and cons, all right? These are really nice cabinets. I can pretty much guarantee that that's an upgrade to get them all the way up with the glass up above. I'm sure that's an upgrade without question. These countertops look to be granite. That's nice. Most of the builders are doing a standard quartz, so granite's nice. I like that you get the dual ovens in this house. That's a nice feature to have. And then you got the microwave right up here. And look at that, you still get a gas range. That's pretty cool. Let me kind of pan this way just to show you what I see. All right, now the lots out here are about 2,800 square feet, all right? They're not huge lots. So if you're looking for a big lot, this would not probably be the one to consider. But if you're looking for something low maintenance, let's say you work a lot or you're a young family and you just want a little outdoor patio for your kids to hang out, this could be a great starter home, great option for you. And then later we can look into finding you a house with a pool and all that stuff. Okay, this is probably this way on purpose. So because of this, there's no doorknob. I can't get out there to show you this, but I can show you through the window. And I can actually go around the corner here. Here, let me step into the living room and I can show you from the other side. It's a cool little built-in fire pit that they did. So yeah, this is what you get as far as the size goes. You don't get the landscaping or the brick fire pit or any of the furniture. That's all up to you to figure out. Even the fan, I'm sure it doesn't come with the fan. That's gonna be an add-on. So it's pretty easy to get up there in price with this particular builder, just because everything is spec'd out per your taste. All right, now this is different. We haven't seen this before in a home. On our channel anyways, we've seen this before, but probably not on our channel. You're in here, all right, you're on the ground level. You step up a couple of steps here and you've got your powder room, all right? This is kind of your downstairs powder room. It's kind of cool. It's not bad. I don't know, what do you guys think of that? Is that a problem or no? Is that okay? I mean, one argument is that if you do have like grandparents visiting or something, you know, elderly people visiting, this could make it just slightly more challenging because you have to go up a couple of steps to get into the bathroom. At the same time, it's kind of a cool feature, gives it a little bit of character. So I like it. I think it's cool. It's different, you know, it's something different than everything else we see on the market. All right, now this banister probably is an upgrade as well. Kind of this modern metal look. So first we're gonna get up here. I'm gonna show you guys the loft. All right, very nice. So this is pretty open. This is quite open. So this could be the optional fourth bedroom right here, guys. This is the optional fourth bedroom. They left it open as a loft, which is very nice. I like the loft option. It gives it a bigger feel up here. What I'm wondering is if you do the loft, then obviously they would build a wall from here across to there, but then do they wall this whole thing here all the way up right there, or do they make a little hallway where you enter here and they just wall it, you know, this way? I'm not sure actually how they would do that, but either way, I think it looks good as a loft. I like this option. That'd be a great office too. All right, you got your thermostat. All right, the primary we're gonna skip. We're gonna come back to that in a minute. Let's see what this is. All right, pretty standard linen storage, not bad. Oh, okay, laundry. Well, this will not open. Well, no, it will open, I guess, if you tug on it. All right, we got our front loaders here. This is probably just electric, I'm going to assume. We can figure that out later if need be. But all right, so we've got laundry upstairs right here. They utilize the space well. All right. Straight ahead is first bedroom that we are seeing in this home. All right, very nice, very clean. I mean, it's very clean, straightforward, nothing crazy. I don't have anything, you know, nothing bad to say. It's just your typical bedroom here. Pretty standard size closet. So that's good. It's not bad at all. We've got our fire sprinklers, our can lighting. Let's see, so we've got our dimmer right here. So you can check that out. This other switch right here must be for one of the outlets to control the lamps, because you notice there's no overhead fixture or fan. So that's all right. All right, and then let's go on in and see the bath. It's right here. This is our secondary bathroom upstairs. This flooring, I believe, is a standard option. It looks to be some sort of linoleum. So that's what you get here. This is the fiberglass insert tub. Most of the builders are doing this right here, unless you're spending buku bucks. I'm seeing $600,000 and $800,000 houses with the same inserts. So that's kind of what they're doing these days. Now this looks to be more of a standard countertop, I'm gonna say here. Looks like a quartz material. Pretty nice matching cabinets from what we saw in the kitchen. So pretty nice bathroom all in all. All right, this is the second bedroom right here. And this room actually looks out to the front. It's actually a pretty decent sized room. Of course, they've got the bed shoved up into the corner that makes it appear larger, but even from the end of the bed to the closet, that appears to be a pretty decent amount of space. All right. This looks out to the front. All right, we've got our air vents. That rattling is, I think it's the vent. It needs to be tightened or something, but that's not a big deal. All right, and then let me show you guys the primary suite. Okay, it's right up here. This is actually really big. So this is a king size bed, your standard king. All right, look at the size of this room. It's a great size. You got room for even more stuff up here, should you feel the need to add some stuff. You can put a chair over here if you like to read or something. This is good. This is nice. Good size primary suite. So it's all carpet upstairs, by the way. All right, we've got our wow, the closet's good. The closet's a great size. Your attic access is right there. That's how you get up into the attic. So if you want to climb up there, you can do so from your primary closet. This built-in here is probably an upgrade if I had to guess. Not sure if you like that or not, but we can get pricey on all of this stuff. And then the primary bath. First thing I noticed was these countertops has kind of a bull nose. See how it's rounded there? Actually, the kitchen had that too. The granite in the kitchen had that. This bathroom looks to be upgraded. It's got the 12 by 24 ceramic tile versus the linoleum that we saw in the other bathroom. So this is good. It's nice. We've got a door here for privacy, and then in here, this is a shower tub combo. All right. I like that they did the tile in this bathroom. This is all tile. It's not fiberglass. It's all tile. Look at the texture on the bottom of the tub. Not sure if you can see it, but it's like grippy for somebody not to slip. So that's thought out well. All right. Very nice. All right. Yeah. All in all, it's good. You know, it's a preference thing. If you like this house or not, let me know in the comments. We're gonna check out the second house here momentarily. So there's a lot of big plans for this area, guys. There's a big shopping center going in south of here. All right. It's gonna have an In-N-Out. It's gonna have a Sprouts. It's gonna have a gigantic super Target, which is really needed out this way in South East Fresno. This is one of those areas where it's a nice place to be, but a lot of people complain there's just not a lot out here. But it's coming, it's up and coming, so it's gonna solve a lot of those issues that people have. You do get Clovis Unified Schools with this neighborhood, so that's a big plus if you do have children, or if you're looking for an investment property. Those are some good things to have and advertise with to a future tenant if you're looking to rent one of these out. But I believe a lot of these are owner occupied, so the price point of these houses, it's pretty good. It's not too bad, but for rental I think it's too expensive, especially one optioned out like this with the 8-foot doors that you see here. The fancy kitchen. I probably wouldn't buy this particular house as a rental. It's too nice to have someone come in and potentially mistreat it. That's my opinion, but who cares what I think? I'm not buying it. You might be, or not. Let me know. Let me show you really quick where we are today on the map. Let me just go to that for a quick minute, and then we'll dive right into that second house in a few minutes, and then we'll talk about pricing, okay? Let's go check out the map. All right, guys, let me go to the map really quick, show you where we're at, what's around here, and then we'll dive right into that second house here in just a couple minutes. So let me flip this over here. All right, guys, so we are in Fresno, California today, Central California, Central Valley. All right, here's California. Fresno's right in the very center here, pretty much. We are out here in South East Fresno. So here's the map of Fresno. We are out here today over there where that red pin is placed on the screen there. All right, so we're right out here right off of Highway 180. All right, so we're very, very close to a freeway. If you need to commute for work or something, we're actually quite close to that, so that would be convenient. All right, one amazing thing about this subdivision, as I've already mentioned, this is Clovis Unified Schools, guys. It is, according to niche.com, it's the top rated district around. I personally went through the Clovis Unified School District system, and I had a great experience, so I can speak highly of that from firsthand experience. So that is an awesome benefit of this location. Many people think you have to be in Clovis to actually get Clovis Unified, which is not the case. There's many parts of Fresno that are zoned for Clovis Unified, and some parts of Clovis that are actually zoned for Fresno Unified. Just a little fun fact there, off topic little tip. We are right here where this pin is at. So what's around here, guys? There's a sheriff, I think it's a sheriff station, very close, right across the street here, I've heard. Really important, we have a lot of shopping and dining coming. All right, so I've already touched on this, but there is this super Target that's going in. It looks huge. Of course, it's not open yet. The parking lot's not in yet, but it's painted red, so it's there and it's happening. So that is right off of Clovis Avenue and Chumley. So I would say 5 minutes from this neighborhood. So that's super convenient. There's a Sprouts, which is a nice, fresh type of grocery store. I think this is the third one. That's in town. There's one in Fresno and Clovis already, and then we've got this one going in out here. Of course, I mentioned the In-N-Out. That's important. There's a Winter Stencil across the street. There's a 7-Eleven right across from that. There's a Ride and Shine car wash, which is a thing where you drive your car through and then you get the vacuum time to vacuum the car yourself. There's a lot over here. There's Denny's, Pan Express, tire shops. There's a Vons. There's a Wells Fargo. There's a lot out this way. So even though in the drone footage that you're seeing of these houses, there's nothing right here, I would say all of the stuff is within like 5 minutes. So that's awesome, super convenient. And again, Clovis East is the high school for now. And then once Clovis South is done and opened, that will become the high school for this neighborhood. So if you've got little ones, just kind of foreshadowing the future, that's what you can expect to see. And also it's great for property values. If you decide to rent this out down the line and buy something bigger with a bigger yard maybe, all good stuff here, guys. And we can certainly talk more about it, so reach out to us with questions. By the way, I also heard there is a movie theater going in out here where this new shopping area is. That would be cool, just FYI. Anyways, let's dive back into the video. I want you to see the second house. It looks amazing. These floors are awesome. Check it out. All right, guys, hopefully it's helpful to know where we are. We're out here showing you all sorts of houses several times a week, so we just want you to know where we're at and what's around here. That's important, guys. So we just come out of the first house right here. Let me know if you like that house or not. And we're gonna make our way to the second house which is right here next door, guys. By the way, if you are thinking about relocating to the Fresno, Clovis area, anywhere in the Central Valley of California, let us know. I'm gonna put my contact information right here on the screen, guys. So feel free to shoot us a text, send us an email, or pick up the phone and give us a call. We love people reaching out to us. We've got clients all over the country that reach out to us every single week, and we absolutely think it's an amazing, fantastic thing that we can bring this video content to you guys every week, and we're very grateful for you guys taking the time out of your day to check out our videos amongst everybody else's videos that are out there. A lot of people creating content, guys, so we love all of that. So thank you guys for subscribing, tuning in every week, and supporting our journey. All right, now let's check this thing out, guys. This looks nice, to say the least. All right, look at the floor. That's like my first thing when I walk in. It's like, wow. In fact, I think, yeah, this is real hardwood. So real hardwood floors. Wow, that's not something that you see every day, but you could if you buy this house. All right, this looks like some board and batten action right here. Looks nice with the crown molding, the banister. Yeah, it's nice, guys. It definitely feels elevated from the last house. But I want you guys to remember before we go in, remember this, guys. With this builder, as we're going through this video, looking at the different floor plans, focus on the floor plan, not the flooring and how beautiful the kitchen is, the upgraded appliances we're gonna see here in a few minutes, because you can get all of this in the last house too, all right? So it's really about the floor plan, not the upgrades, but the upgrades are nice, so feel free to check those out. But just know that if you prefer the last house, we can make that house look like this on the inside. All right, I just want to make sure that was clear. All right, real quick. Garage, 2-car garage right there, okay? 2-car garage. The entry is very similar to the last house. Look, Harry Potter lives over here now, right, on the left. So, I'm sorry, the right. But yeah, this is the right. All right, guys, we've got a little critter right here. This was unexpected. Sometimes, as you guys are seeing, we have unexpected things happening in these videos every week, and it's kind of insane, but not a big deal. Don't worry, guys, we can take care of that. All right, so the last house, it was flipped, the entryway, if you recall. The stairs were on the other side. The storage under the stairs, of course, was also on the other side. And then Harry Potter's closet was over here, which is now the garage. So this is sort of flipped from the last house. Speaking in terms of just the entryway, it's got a similar setup with the bathroom, just the powder room just up those couple of steps, so we'll come back to that. But let me get you guys in here. My first impression of this is, wow, this is definitely nicer than the last house with not only the options, but the space. I just got done saying focus on the floor plan, not the upgrades. But the floor plan, really, this is a better, bigger space. So if you have a bigger family, the floor plan's like a $10,000 difference. It's like, I don't know. I think this is better, but that's my opinion. However, the lot size is the same. So you're gonna have an even smaller backyard, which we're gonna show you in a minute. I like the openness though. I really do like this. There's no island. They call this a peninsula. It's connected to the wall and it comes out across. It's basically an island. It's just not freestanding. That's very nice though. This is a super nice kitchen. I love the kitchen actually. So this is a quartz style counter, okay? All right, let's see. All right, we've got soft close. And we all know what that red round ring means. It means KitchenAid, which is a very high-end appliance. This is nice. Actually, wait, this is interesting. So that's KitchenAid. That's KitchenAid. That over there is also KitchenAid. But then they throw in a Whirlpool gas stove. Not sure. Okay, that kind of threw me off there, guys. Like, I'm not sure. How do we get the matching stove? Is that just for the model, or is that like, I don't know. Interesting. That's something that I want to know. I get it. All the appliances are important to most people, right? But I mean, the stove is like the one that if you're going to upgrade, like, come on, like get the KitchenAid range. I mean, that will finish this kitchen. I noticed that right away. So I will find out on that because I wouldn't be okay with that. Anyways, let's just keep looking. All right, so this window here, it's a little, I don't know, it feels a little low. Maybe it's just because the blinds are shut, but there's your backyard, guys. So it's not like you need a riding lawnmower back here. I think we can get out there in this one. We'll go out there in a minute. A little sneak peek. All right, we got a nice tile backsplash. All right, pretty good. Normal size pantry. We got a light up there. Cool. Nothing crazy. Pretty straightforward setup here. I do like the underlighting underneath the cabinetry. That's pretty. And I also like this little windowsill. It's the same as the countertop material, so that's a nice little touch. I want to know about the stove. That's kind of a thing for me. I would definitely point that out. I would definitely point that out if I brought a client through here too. I love looking for little details like that. It's part of what makes my job fun. So I like the crown molding everywhere. That's an upgrade, absolutely. All right, let's check out. I think that's a moth. I don't know. All right. Okay, this is like not a ton of space, but you know, they actually did a pretty decent job. They put big pavers back here. Okay, this is good, I guess. Not bad. So this one has the masonry wall because it backs up to a main street, which is, I don't know if you can see it or not, right over there. Okay. Honestly, this probably isn't a super accurate representation of the yard because we are on what's called an inner corner. So we're by an airport, guys. There's an airplane right up there going by. I don't know if you can see that. This lot is on what I call an inner corner. All right, so you're probably not gonna have all of this yard space if you buy this. You're gonna have a pretty standard setback, which probably would come, you know, 5-6 feet out to right about here. So really the only yard I imagine you're gonna have is what you see there where the furniture is at on the patio, and then whatever goes behind the house. So that wall is curved because the street curves behind it probably. And then, like I said, we're on an inner corner. It gives you kind of that pie wedge shaped lot. So I'll confirm, but I'm pretty sure this is not standard. Whatever size yard you get though, you're not gonna get the grass and sprinklers and all that. It's gonna be a dirt lot that you're gonna have to put in yourself, but that's fine. We can do that. We can talk about that. I've got guys that do a fantastic job landscaping and that are reasonable. Shut that. All right, cool. We're back inside. Now these ceilings are 9 feet as well, okay? So let me take you guys upstairs, all right? Let's see what this looks like up here. All right, here we go. All right, not bad. Pretty straightforward powder room. This has a window out to the front. Right there, it's just a toilet and a sink, guys. That's a powder room or a half bath, some people call it. A 3/4 bath is where you have a toilet, a sink, and either a tub or a shower. A full bath is a sink, a toilet, a shower, and a tub. A half bath is 2 of the 4, which should be a sink and a toilet. And then sometimes people refer to as a 1.25 bath. 1 1/4 bath, which is where you have 2 sinks and a bathroom, a toilet, a shower, and a tub. So it's like 5 pieces, I guess. We just climbed, all right, from down there. And now we're here. All right, get the lights on. This is nice and clean. I like the 2-tone paint. You can see the contrast with the trim around the doors, and then the crown molding kind of sets it off. So here's the first bedroom that we are seeing in this house. And this is a pretty large bedroom. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen glass closet doors since the 90s. These are a different style. The ones I was referring to are the ones with like the metal gold trim, but these are cool. All right, there's a medicine cabinet. All right, this is just storage, so we'll shut this. Pretend you didn't see what was in there. All right, now this is good if you have twins or something. I'm not sure how common that is, but this is cool. This is a nice sized room. There's no furniture in here though. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, like there's 2 twin beds and I mean, a nightstand maybe. I'm not sure what they even call that, but there's like no furniture in here. So just imagine how you would put a dresser and all that in here. It's doable, but not with this configuration. The primary is over there. It's got the beautiful hardwood. We're gonna see that later. All right, this is our secondary bathroom. All right, I like that we don't have a linoleum. We've actually got tile floor in this secondary bath in this house. We've got the quartz countertop here. These are undermount sinks. I like the brushed faucets over the chrome that we had in the last house. I like that we have the framed mirror. This is a nicely upgraded bathroom. All right, and this is not an insert. This is actually, looks like the same kind of quartz they used in the, on the counters, I think. That would be easy to clean. Look at that, there's no grout to deal with at all. That's kind of cool, you don't see that too often. It's a different take. All right, something you pick up in this house that we don't have in the last house is an actual laundry room. All right, so the last house, remember, it just had the accordion style doors in the hallway. This one, you actually have a room with a door you can step into. Set a laundry basket there, maybe fold some clothes. It's kind of a nice, I think it's a nicer setup personally. This is gonna be your upstairs linen storage. All right, second bedroom we're seeing is right here. Now, this room and the one we just saw with the 2 twin beds both look out to the front of the house, okay? All right, pretty standard. I'd say this is a decent sized room though. I mean, you've got room for your desk, your nightstand. You'd have to probably stick a dresser over here. Not bad though. I like how they did crown molding throughout the entire home pretty much. That's gonna be an upgrade for sure, but it certainly looks nice. All right, here's the third bedroom. Good size. So I'm not sure if you noticed, this house is actually 4 bedrooms. The base price of this house that we're going to talk about right after we get out of this house represents the 3 bedroom plus the loft option. This one is built as a 4th bedroom and it is pretty highly updated, upgraded, I guess, not updated, upgraded. So keep in mind the price that I'm going to tell you is the base price. If you want it to look like this, it's going to be thousands of dollars more, but we can talk about all that stuff later. But I just wanted to let you know this is a 4 bedroom, comes as a 3. So there'll be a loft up here too, all right? The loft actually is probably gonna be this room right here. Okay, you'd come up the stairs over there, and then this would probably be a big open space instead of a bedroom. Instead they walled it off to make it that 4th bedroom. All right, this is really nice, guys. It's got that same really pretty herringbone hardwood flooring. It's nice. I love this hardwood. You don't see it, you know, it's always tile or laminate or vinyl. You don't really see real hardwood anymore. I mean, it's a several $1,000 upgrade, but if you like it, then get it, because if you tell yourself you're going to do it later, you're probably not going to. At least in my experience, that's what I found for my family. We don't do something, we say we'll do it later. Like, we had some crown molding done in my house that I bought, and we actually closed on the house, and then we had like a few weeks before we decided to move in. So we had some of that work done. We did some different window treatments, stuff like that. And if we would have waited until we got moved in there, you kind of move in, you go on about your life, and then you know, there's a very high chance you're never going to do it. So if you really want something done, just do it now, do it before you move in, so that when you move in, you can just enjoy the house and get back to your life. That's kind of my advice. All right, so here we go. We got a tiled bathroom. All right. Interesting tile that they chose. It's not bad. I mean, it almost reminds me of some linoleum, but it's not. It's actually grouted. It's tile. It is grouted tile, but it just almost resembles linoleum. But then they carried it into the shower as well, which is interesting, in the diamond pattern. All right, so this does not have a tub upstairs, just a walk-in shower. Just FYI, you can probably figure that out for yourself, but you know, we like to point out the obvious. All right, medicine cabinet. You actually don't see those too frequently in new homes anymore. All right, very nice. Overall, this is a really nice house. I mean, this definitely feels, in my opinion, it feels a lot bigger than the last one. It's only about 127 square foot difference, but it definitely feels bigger in my opinion. But you know, it's also optioned out really, really pretty, really nicely done. So that also makes a difference sometimes. But I want to find out about that stove. That's kind of a interesting thing to me, that they would leave a whirlpool with a bunch of KitchenAid stuff. So we'll find out about that, and then we'll go to pricing. If you are thinking about buying a brand new house, guys, or resale, we also do a ton of resale. Reach out to us. Our info is here on the screen, guys. Reach out to us. Let us help you pick the right neighborhood the first time, so that you're not buying something, selling it a year later, and then spending a bunch of money again. Let us get it done for you the first time the right way, guys. All right, let's talk about what these things cost right now. All right, guys, let's get right into the pricing. I've got it right here in front of me. So the first house we sold today, guys, it's 1892 square feet. It is the 3-bed with a loft option, and it's got 2.5 bathrooms. It's 1892 square feet. The lot size is 2,800. All right, that house starts at $445,990. Let me just confirm this. I want to make sure I'm giving you accuracy here. Yeah, $445,990. And then we've got solar on these as well, which is around $12,000 to $15,000 added to the base price if you purchase the home. So that would put us at about $458,000 to $460,000 base price. And then if you do any options or upgrades, that of course would elevate the price beyond that. Not bad for what you get. It's pretty nice. The second house we saw, it's also a 2-story. This one is, it could be a 3-bed with a loft as well. This one actually was spec'd as a 4-bedroom with no loft, which is awesome. And it's got the 2 bathrooms upstairs and then the downstairs powder room right on the little platform there above 2 steps. Both of them had that actually. This one here is $453,990. So we'll say $454. You add the solar, you're at about, I mean, it's an $8,000 difference. You're at about $470 with the solar before options and upgrades. So I was speaking to the rep. You can probably get a really nicely spec'd out home for about 20 grand in upgrades. So I bet you could be under $500,000 and get a nice house, brand new, the way you want it. By the way, I did ask her about that stove in the house that we saw with the Whirlpool stove with all the other KitchenAid appliances. She's telling me you can upgrade the whole package or just specific appliances. I'm not sure why anybody would upgrade 3 of the 4 and not all 4, but hey, it's an option. It's up to you. And you know what? That's the beauty of it. You can make it your own however you want it. So if you enjoyed the video, check out the next one you're going to see right here. It's really cool. You're going to like these houses too. And until next time, guys, thank you.